welcome back to my channel. I am coming at you today with my second tag video. So I've only done one other tag, and it was because of this YouTuber that I'm about to mention, and she also just tagged me in this one that I'm about to do. So first of all, I'm Mandy. If you're new to my channel, I post 2 videos a week, assuming, you know, my kids aren't sick or I'm not working 5 days out of that week, or, you know, assuming life doesn't happen, I will get 2 videos a week, beauty related, all things beauty related. So if you haven't subscribed already, be sure and do that now and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any videos that I post. But this video is going to be called or about the beauty brand Superstars tag. So this was started by Stephanie Marie, which I've talked about multiple times on my channel, but I will be sure and list her channel down below. If you don't know about her, be sure and definitely check her out. If you enjoy my content, I know you will enjoy hers. But she started this tag because she had been recently looking into buying some new products from some brands that she hadn't tried before, and she was kind of having a hard time deciding what she wanted to try because she's never tried the brand before, or she's only tried one thing, and it just got to be a little overwhelming. So she wanted to bring, you know, 5 or 6 of her favorite brands and really narrow it down so that if you haven't tried anything from those brands before, it might be a good starting point. Hearing what my personal favorites are or what my recommendations are. I don't know. I think I might be doing one brand that she did, but other than that, I'm pretty sure all of the other ones are different. I have 5 brands I'm going to talk about, and I have narrowed it down to 2 things from each brand, except for one, which I couldn't narrow down, so I did 3. And I might have multiples within those 2 things, but I'm going to show you everything that I have. I love the concept of this tag because she is so right in saying it is so overwhelming. I don't even like going in store to shop. I will have a cart full of stuff for weeks before I actually pull the trigger, unless I've known about something that's going to launch for weeks beforehand and have really decided whether or not I'm going to purchase it or not. I will wait a while before I purchase something. I want to do research on it. I know it may seem like I buy a ton of stuff and that maybe I don't even think through my purchases, but I can assure you my money goes nowhere outside of my bank account unless I am for sure that I want to try that product. I can't be for sure that I'm going to love it, but unless I'm for sure that I want to try it, and for good, solid research basis reasons on wanting to try it, I don't buy it. So I do think out my purchases, and because of that, it is very overwhelming for me to go in store because I kind of feel like, even though I may not be on a time crunch, I kind of feel like I've got to get this done. What am I going to get? Who's going to come say, how, you know, can I help you? Or try to tell me about a product that I may already know about, which for some reason, and it's not right, they're just doing their job, but for some reason that really bothers me. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm on a timer when I'm in store, and then I'm under all this pressure to like actually leave with something. And what if I miss something? What if I don't swatch something I thought about swatching, or ask for a sample of something I wanted to get a sample of, and then I come home and I realize I forgot it and I get all annoyed, and then I have to go back, which is just so not fun. So that is the basis of me doing most of the online shopping, but even online shopping I know can be overwhelming for some people who don't know where to start. So that's where I'm hoping this video helps. So again, I have narrowed it down to 5 different brands. These are not my 5 favorite brands of all the brands that I have. I don't know that I could ever do that. You know what? How about that for a top 5 video? I might do that, my top 5 favorite brands. Stay tuned for that because I love top 5 videos, and that's a new one. Okay, these are just the top 5s that either, A, the products don't get talked about enough, they were talked about a lot at once, and then they just kind of vanished, which I think is just the world of YouTube nowadays. Everybody gets hyped up over the newest launches, and then you never hear about them again. I am someone who finds something I love, and I won't stop using it. Now, I'm not going to not buy other stuff, but I'm not going to stop using the stuff that I love. So let's just go ahead and start. Some of these will be, probably all of these will be repeats of some sort, but maybe you haven't heard about them in a while. So I think the first company or brand that I'm going to talk about is Glo Skin Beauty, because it's the one that I've most recently delved into myself, and I was kind of at the same spot of not having a clue where to start. So being my silly self, I pretty much bought one of everything. Not really, but I did buy a lot. This is the only one that I have actually 3 things because I just could not narrow it down more than this. And trust me, these are not the only 3 things I like. It's just what I think you should start out with. The first thing is going to be the only thing that's kind of skin type specific that I'm going to be talking about, and it's the Glo Skin Beauty Luminous Liquid Foundation. I've just recently done a whole look using Glo Skin Beauty. I will try to remember to put a card, but that's probably the worst thing that I could ever remember. I never remember to do that for that video. But this is, again, probably not going to be suited for oily skin, but I absolutely adore this foundation. I'm in the color Tahini. It's probably not the right color for me, but I will be purchasing something I feel like is the right color for me, because I absolutely adore the finish and moisturization. I think if you have mature skin, if I didn't say this in that video, I feel like I did. If you have mature skin that's a little bit on the drier side, which most of the time as we mature, we get a little bit drier, you need the foundation. You need it. It's so good. All right, the next thing is, but the next two things I've talked about either very recently or last month. I mean, they're just stuff that I can't stop using. This is something that's going to work, I feel like, on everybody, and it's the Perfecting Powder. This powder is something that really does wonders on your face because it sets your liquid foundation or your cream foundation or whatever you want to put it over, but it also doesn't have a trace of powdery look to it at all. It is translucent. You know, you see it on your finger, but it definitely disappears on the skin. I've had people that follow me comment and say that it works wonders on their oily skin and it makes it matte throughout the day. For me, it works wonders on my normal skin that can sometimes, because of my retinol, be a little dry. It works wonders on that because it doesn't look like powder, and I feel like it looks luminous on me. But again, there's so many people with oily skin in reviews and who have made comments saying that it mattifies. So it's a perfect all-in-one powder, in my opinion, and definitely one that needs to be purchased if you are interested or in the market for a new powder. Next is the blushes. I have 3 blushes from Glo Skin Beauty. I have Sandalwood. Now, all of Glo Skin Beauty products can be gotten on Dermstore, PremierLook.com, which is where I get a lot of mine, and their website. So this is Sandalwood. It's a really pretty matte, almost terracotta bronzy color. That's Sandalwood right there. So that's the most matte. This is Soleil, which is the one I talked about in my favorites. So pretty. This is probably my favorite out of all of them. It's a peachy, just a peachy color, but it's got a really pretty sheen. So that's Sandalwood and Soleil. And then this one is called Flower Child, and this is going to be for those who like a pink blush. This is a very cool toned, light pink blush, but it doesn't look bad on the skin. I don't even know if it's going to be show up. There you go. It just gives a really nice blush to the skin. So those are absolutely beautiful. And of course, Glo Skin Beauty is mineral based, so they don't have any ingredients in their products that are going to be harmful or toxic to the skin. Second company I'm going to be talking about is Bobbi Brown. I have a love for Bobbi Brown that is ever growing. I've always liked Bobbi Brown products. I've always had staples in my kit, but lately I've just been really tempted to buy a lot more of their stuff. So I've been trying a lot more of their stuff, but these are 2 original products that I've had for years, and I absolutely love and recommend. The first has kind of been talked about a little bit more. I feel like ever since Bobbi left the company, they've been much more involved with YouTubers, meaning it's talked about more on social channels. So I feel like it's talked about a little bit, but this is another one of those things that was like really, really popular way back when and then just kind of fell off the face, and it's her bronzers. You cannot go wrong with Bobbi Brown bronzers. I think they're some of the best bronzer formula you can get. And I know I didn't put it in my top 5 bronzers because I prefer a sheen to my bronzer, and these are mostly matte bronzers, but I carry them in my kit and I do use them personally. So these are the 2 colors that I have. They look very similar, but they're not. This is Natural number 1, and then this is Stone Street number 16. So Stone Street is what I tend to use on myself. Natural is what I tend to use in my kit. Excuse me, I can't speak. Beautiful, soft, silky, very easy to blend out no matter what brush you use. And just, they have a really wide range of colors. For bronzers, I feel like they have the widest range of color options, which just speaks to me because I think everybody's going to be able to find a color that works to them or for them. And the next thing, I don't hear these talked about much on social media at all, and it is her blushes. I carry these in my kit because really I could use these 3 blushes on almost every skin tone and be completely covered. But this is the little 3-pan palette from her that I made myself. And we have Nectar right here, Pale Pink, which looks so scary, but oh my goodness, it's so gorgeous, and Tawny. I recently posted a picture of a photo shoot that I did, and the model on there had Tawny on her cheeks, and it's just so beautiful. All of these are matte. I do plan on purchasing some other ones. I feel like she's kind of, or they have kind of gotten their shimmer blushes out of stock because they only have one more left. I don't know if they're reformulating or what, but so good. The next is Hourglass. Now, the first product I'm going to talk about from Hourglass, because this will be in my top 5 favorite brands. I adore pretty much everything Hourglass creates. And I've talked about these ad nauseum, I feel like. But I can't not talk about them when it comes to Hourglass as being the #1 thing I think you should get. And it is the diffused powders or the ambient lighting powders. They come in so many colors, and I think somebody is probably going to say, or I know somebody's going to say, because I've been asked, well, I don't know what color to get. You know, they have descriptions on Sephora, but it still can be a little bit confusing. So I'm going to tell you Radiant Light. Now, these are finishing powders. Some people choose to set their face with them. I choose to finish my face with them or buff out with them. 3 of them I carry in my kit, and 1 of them I use personally. Radiant Light is what I use personally, and it's what I buff my skin out with every single day. Watch any tutorial and you will see me do that. And this is going to be the darker version of all the powders, and some very fair people can use this as a bronzer. If you have very porcelain skin and like a bronzer with a little bit of sheen, that could definitely be used. Dim Light is right here, and this is my second one of Dim Light. It's my second one of Radiant Light, so you can know how much I go through them. I go through Dim Light a lot in my kit because it's also a good one to buff out for light to medium skin tones. It's good to set the under eyes for medium to deep skin tones. I absolutely love this. And then Diffuse Light, which is very yellow, why did I say it like that? And very pale, so I tend to go for this to set under the under eyes. Or if I have a porcelain skin tone, I will use this to finish off their face as well. And finally, I have Luminous Light. This is the only one that I don't use. It broke, I'm so sad. For a finishing powder, I find it to be a little too luminous, so I will use this as an actual highlighter. On 75% of my clients, it's gorgeous. It is the essential, ideal bridal glow is Luminous Light. And second from Hourglass, I feel like this was talked about so much for a while and then just fell off the face. This is their Mineral Veil Primer. This is a staple in my kit, and anyone who says they have normal to oily to combo skin, this is the primer that I use on them. It will keep everything on for a very, very long time. Even my oiliest of girls have had success using this primer. This is the jumbo size. I'm almost out. This is the second one of this size, and I've gone through multiple of the medium size. The trick with this is you need a tiny, tiny, tiny amount for the entire face. It can go wrong if you use too much. But if you have normal to oily skin, that is a necessity for keeping your makeup flawless and stay put all day long. The next thing I'm going to talk about is Too Faced. I feel like Too Faced has been part of the drama lately. I'm not up for drama of any kind. I want to say that I will buy makeup just because I like it, but there are a couple brands I won't support for personal reasons. I just can't get into the drama with Too Faced. So these 2 things from Too Faced are things that I absolutely 150% believe need to be some of the first purchases if you've not tried anything from the brand. And they are both from the Peach Perfect line. This one is the Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. Let me preface by saying I really and truly think that everybody can use this foundation. Dry skin, normal skin, combo skin, oily skin. I know it says Comfort Matte, but I find that it to be more of a natural finish. I also have a full review on this. This made it into my top 5 foundations. I love this foundation. It never steers me wrong. It looks so good. And again, I've had people tell me they have super dry skin and they love it, and people who say they have super matte, or not matte skin, oily skin, and that they love it. So I felt confident putting this in this video because I feel like everybody can use it, or at least try it. And the second one from the Too Faced Peachy collection that I'm going to talk about is the Just Peachy Mattes palette. This is my favorite Too Faced palette. It used to be the chocolate bar, which I still like, but this hands down is the one I reach for so much. It's what I have on my eyes today. All mattes. It's perfect size for travel, so all you have to do is put this and maybe use your highlight on your lid or put in a couple of sparkly single shadows and be good to go, because you don't really need anything other than this. It doesn't have a black. I'm not someone who uses black a lot in my looks, so that doesn't really bother me. It does have a very dark brown, so I'm okay with this being an all-inclusive palette. It's so good. It's so versatile. It's so beautiful. The pigmentation and the formula is on point, and I really have yet to find anybody who didn't like that palette. Now, I know I'm probably going to get like 18 of y'all being like, I hate that palette, and that's okay. But for me, I love that palette, and I highly recommend it. All right, finally, we're going to talk about Bare Minerals. Bare Minerals, I feel like, is kind of a sleeper brand. They like pop up every once in a while. When their Bare Pro foundation came out, I feel like they kind of popped up, and they, you know, they're trying. I think they're trying to put out more stuff, but even their original stuff is fantastic. And the two things that I'm going to talk about, again, I'm going to put another foundation. I don't know that I could really recommend this for oily skin, but I do feel like I've had people with oily skin say they love it and that it stays on a long time. But this is also one that made it into my top 5, and it's the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. This is actually called a Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. It's like a lightweight foundation. It's got sheer to light coverage. Actually, I think it has light to medium coverage. I feel like I get pretty good coverage out of it, and if I set it with a certain powders, it won't even be glowy throughout the day. If I set it with other certain powders, it will definitely be more dewy, but it will still stay throughout the day. It stays through workouts, it doesn't transfer. It's so gorgeous. It has an SPF 30, and this is my go-to summer foundation because it's so lightweight, but it stays up and holds up throughout the heat, and it doesn't look like you have a ton of makeup on, which in the summer, I don't really want to look like that anytime, but I especially don't want to look like it in the summer. And so this is the go-to for that. It feels so good. It's cooling when you apply it. I can't recommend that enough. The second thing are lip products, and I'm kind of putting two things into this bundle because I'm going to talk about lipstick and lip gloss. Both of them I have on my lips today, and the lipstick that I have on, this doesn't have a name on it. I think it's just the Gen Nude lipstick. They're very sleek packaging. One has a label of when I got it. Let me turn that around. Very sleek black packaging that just has Bare Minerals up the side. I have 4 colors, and every single one of them I absolutely adore. These lipsticks are very moisturizing. Here are the colors. I have Honey Bun, Crush, Notorious. This is the one I have on my lips today, and Sex Pot. Oh, they're so moisturizing. They're so beautiful. They don't stay on the lips a ton of time because they are so moisturizing. I don't care though, because they're one of the kinds of lipstick that you don't even need a mirror to reapply. So it's almost like you're just putting lip balm on. And so I don't care to put it in my pocket and just reapply it throughout the day, especially because it is so moisturizing. To top those off, and to really top any lipstick off, I adore the Bare Minerals Gen Nude lip glosses. I actually just purchased a patent lip lacquer that they just came out with in the Gen Nude collection because I love all of Bare Minerals lip products. But these are the two that I use the most. In fact, this one I had to pull out of my empties because I am scraping the sides, but it's called Groovy, and it's a gorgeous pink, baby pink color. And then the one I have on top of Notorious is called Far Out. This is the second Far Out that I've used. So you can, it just tells you how much I love it. So that's Groovy, and then that's Far Out. Far Out is very nude, almost like a milky pink color, but it just really looks good over pretty much any lipstick, and it helps to lighten it up a little bit if I find it's a little bit too dark. But they're not sticky. They are very long lasting. The lip glosses are very long lasting. They feel good on the lips, and again, they don't like produce any rings around the lips. They're just so incredibly pretty. So definitely recommend looking into the lip products from Bare Minerals, especially if they're in the Gen Nude collection. So that is my Beauty Brand Superstars video. Hopefully this was helpful. If these are any of the brands that you're like, I don't know where to start, this is where I recommend starting. If these are brands that you're well versed in but don't have some of the products that I've talked about, hopefully this gave you some reason to maybe think about getting those products. I absolutely adore this tag. I think Stephanie is a genius for thinking of it. And pretty much everybody she tagged or who I would tag. So if you are someone that do YouTube videos, be sure and do this tag. I would love to see it, and be sure and let me know you did it so that I can watch it. or anybody else that you watch and love, be sure and let them know about it so that they can maybe do it, because I really do think it's a great idea. So again, hopefully you found this enjoyable. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.